I have always believed that the Jogan hid a far greater secret than anyone imagined. That white, mysterious eye was not just a special power of Boruto, but something ancestral, divine, that surpassed the limits of the Otsutsuki. And today, after studying everything that happened, I came to the conclusion that the Jogan is the true eye of the gods, the only one capable of freeing the shinobi world from the cycle of hatred. And this truth reveals itself in the final battle, when Boruto awakens something no one has ever seen before. The supreme white Susano'O, created by the absolute power of his Jogan. It all begins when the shinobi world is on the verge of collapse. Kawaki, consumed by envy and anger, is no longer the same. He no longer sees Boruto as his brother, but as an obstacle. The envy he carries within himself transforms him, and the power of the karma completely takes over his body. He no longer fights for justice nor for peace. Kawaki wants to erase Boruto from the map, wants to prove that he is the true chosen one. And in this chaos, Ida, driven by desperate and blind love, uses her omnipotence to put all of Konoha's shinobi into a deep sleep. None of them can resist. Sarada falls, Mitsuki fades, Himawari faints, and even the old warriors like Konohamaru and Shikamaru are taken by Ida's power. The entire world falls asleep. Except Boruto. His Jogan reacts to the power of omnipotence and protects him. It's as if that eye were the only flame still lit amid the darkness. And that's how the end begins. The final battle between the two brothers of destiny. Boruto looks around and sees Konoha destroyed. The wind blows through the ruins. The silence is suffocating. And then he sees him. Kawaki, floating above the shattered buildings, with the karma burning in black flames across his entire body. The Otsutsuki horn on his forehead grows. His eyes glow in red and black. His aura is suffocating. And when he speaks, his voice seems to echo inside the soul. You always had everything, Boruto. You were always loved, admired. You were always the chosen one. But now I will take that from you. I will show you what it is to be forgotten by the world. That phrase cuts Boruto like a blade. He feels the pain of a brother who lost his way, and at the same time feels the weight of being the only one who can stop the end of the shinobi world. Kawaki charges. The ground splits. The air explodes in pure energy, and the blow is so fast that Boruto barely has time to react. He blocks with the Rasengan, but the impact throws him far away. The buildings collapse. The chakra around vibrates. It's as if the whole world trembles. Boruto rises breathless, and when he lifts his eyes, the Jogan shines brighter than ever. He feels the power pulsing within him, as if something ancient were awakening. He knows the Jogan is reacting to despair. He feels the presence of something beyond human understanding. A voice speaks inside his mind. A deep, calm, and at the same time divine voice. You are the bridge between the past and the future. The bearer of the pure vision. Do not fight with hatred. Fight with light. At that moment, the marks of the karma on his arm begin to move, spreading across his chest, his face, until they cover half of his body. But this time they do not glow black. They glow white. Boruto's karma purifies itself, and the Jogan begins to expand. The air around bends, time slows down, and a wave of energy completely envelops him. Kawaki realizes that something is about to happen and tries to attack again, but it's too late. The ground cracks into 1,000 pieces. A gigantic light rises around Boruto, and from within it emerges a colossal form. A white warrior, transparent, with armor of light, eyes glowing in pure blue and karma runes spread all over the body. It is the supreme white Susano'O, the true Susano'O of the Jogan. I remember the first time I saw Sasuke's Susano'O. A terrifying, powerful, but dark entity. Boruto's is different. It is not made of normal chakra. It is made of divine energy. The power that emanates from it is calm and destructive at the same time, as if it were a force that balances creation and destruction. Kawaki widens his eyes, feeling the pressure of the chakra. He tries to create dimensional cubes, trying to trap the Susano'O, but Boruto moves a single finger, and everything dissolves. With every movement, space reconstructs itself, and reality seems to obey the command of the Jogan. Boruto speaks, his voice amplified by the energy of the Susano'O. Kawaki, I don't want to fight you, but if it's to protect everything my father built, then I will go until the end. The Susano'O raises the sword, a blade of pure white light, and advances. Kawaki counterattacks with a black spear made of karma. The impact between the two weapons is so strong that the sound echoes for kilometers. The sky splits. The ground shatters. The dimensions begin to tear apart, and for an instant, it seems that the universe itself will collapse. They fight like gods. Kawaki distorts space, creates dimensional black holes, and Boruto, with the Jogan, sees each point, each variation of time. He foresees the future in fractions of a second, and the Susano'O responds automatically, dodging, counterattacking, cutting the air. It's a spectacle of power, pain, and destiny. But the Jogan goes beyond. In a moment of pure concentration, Boruto unites the chakra of the Susano'O with the flow of time. The giant body begins to change. The karma runes expand, forming wings of energy behind him. The wings open, and a new glow takes over everything. The white Susano'O is now divine. It doesn't just fight, it recreates. Each blow it strikes restores what the enemy destroys. Ada, watching from afar, cries. She sees Kawaki being consumed by his own hatred and realizes that her omnipotence cannot stop it. Her love was not enough to save anyone. Boruto, on the other hand, feels something different. The more the Jogan shines, the more he feels Kawaki's emotions. He sees his past, his pain, his abandonment, his fear of being forgotten. And in that instant, he understands everything. The true power of the Jogan is not to destroy, it is to understand. Kawaki charges for the final blow, but Boruto does not strike back. He simply opens his arms, and the Susano'O does the same. Kawaki's sword pierces the Susano'O's chest, but it causes no damage. It simply dissolves into light. Boruto's Jogan shines with divine intensity, and time freezes. Within that pause between seconds, Boruto speaks. Kawaki, you don't need to hate me. I'm not your enemy. I'm your brother. Kawaki falls to his knees. The anger disappears. The karma fades. And for a brief moment, everything falls silent. The white Susano'O dissolves into millions of luminous particles that fall like snow over Konoha. The sun rises, and peace returns, and when the shinobi awaken from Ada's spell, they see Boruto in the center of the ruins, kneeling, exhausted, but alive. Kawaki is beside him, unconscious but breathing. Ida has vanished, taking with her her tears and regret. No one understands what happened, but everyone feels that something has changed. The chakra in the air is different, lighter, purer. And in the sky, for a brief moment, a colossal figure of white light appears and then disappears, as if the Susano'O itself were still there, watching. I believe that the Susano'O of the Jogan is not just a technique. It is a living entity, a reflection of the bearer's soul. While the normal Susano'O is born from hatred, trauma, and the desire to protect oneself, the white Susano'O is born from compassion, empathy, and the strength to protect others without fear. It is the final balance between the power of the Otsutsuki and the humanity of the shinobi. And the most incredible thing is that the Jogan does not only awaken the Susano'O, it feeds it. It makes it conscious. When Boruto invokes it, it's not just a shield. It's a direct connection to the essence of creation. That's why the white Susano'O can reconstruct what was destroyed. It represents the absolute harmony between destruction and rebirth. This theory explains why the Jogan is considered the rarest eye, because it is the only one that reaches the complete vision of the universe. And it is through this vision that Boruto saves the world, not through strength, but through understanding. After this battle, Boruto becomes a legend. The ninja who united the power of the gods and the heart of men. The bearer of the white Susano'O, the symbol of peace. Kawaki, repentant, chooses exile, and Ada disappears forever. But people never forget the light of that day. The light of the Jogan that illuminated the end of the world and gave rise to a new era. And I'm sure the Susano'O of the Jogan still exists, not as a weapon, but as a dormant force, waiting for the right moment to awaken again. Because as long as there is darkness in the human heart, the world will always need a white light. The light of the Jogan.